Hello, 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 YouTube. Good to be back. Let me get my drink here and we'll get this thing started. So I am drinking, what is this? Today I'm drinking, it's made by Big K. It's the Diet Extreme Citrus Drop. It's like a Mountain Dew diet-ish. And you might ask, why diet? Well, if you saw my recap video yesterday, you could kind of tell I'm a little bit of a heavy set person, to put it lightly. I am overweight. Um, I'm down 30 pounds though, so you can be proud of me there. I dropped 30 pounds since starting to count my calories again and just watching how many calories this body consumes. My goal is to just have less calories in and then I'm expending. So if I'm expending 3,000 calories and I'm eating 2,000, then I should lose some weight, right? It's just math, right? You take in less than you burn in, and then you're going to lose some weight. So that seems to be really successful for me, and I'll continue to do that. And having a zero calorie drink seems to stave off those things when I was drinking regular Coke and Dr. Pepper. So, and yes, I did say Coke and Dr. Pepper. Those were my favorite ones to drink. Maybe that's more of a Texan thing. Who knows? But with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and dive into the video today and got some things to talk about. Got good news. I'm excited. Had a great first day, but we'll get into that. So let's start off with joke time. And let me pull up my joke of the day. All right. The title of today's joke is called Lazy Shoes. Question: what kind of shoes does a lazy person wear? Answer: loafers. Oh, loafers, because he's loafing around, you get it. He's just loafing. Anyways, you understand. All right. Let me transition on to asking, let's talk with Google for a little bit. Hey, Google, what's the best pickup line?
I better look up where you can buy a smoke detector because you're on fire.
Yeah. Ooh, you can even hear it sizzling on fire. Let me do another one here. Hey, Google, where's Waldo?
Have you checked the Barber Pole Factory? Or the Peppermint Stick Convention? Or Warsaw on Flag Day?
Okay, because red and white, the Flag Day. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, I'll do one more here. Hey, Google, do you know Clippy?
Clippy is legendary.
Yes, Clippy is the paper clip with eyeballs for you, those of you that were born pre 2000. You might remember Clippy. All right. Oh yeah, one more thing. It's what's on the wallpaper. So today we are looking at this is a rain droplet. It's beautiful and serene. You might see it shuffle through, but that's what's on the wallpaper today. Maybe bring this into the video and put some different wallpapers to the discussion. All right, so on to today's topic. So first off, I'd like to talk about the Trike itself, the unboxing experience and the first ride, and we'll dive into that. So let's start off with the delivery. So the package arrived about 11 o'clock. I was in the middle of a meeting, so I had to open the door real quick, let the package in, and then I took a brief lunch and put it together during my lunch break and started charging the battery. Had a little bit of issues charging that battery. There was an issue where there's like this little fuse that's on the charging unit itself, and I had to loosen up the fuse a little bit before the charger actually started charging. I was unaware that it was just giving me a green light, and it's supposed to be red when it's charging. However, when I plugged in the battery into the bike itself, the Trike itself, excuse me, gotta get out of that habit. I keep calling it a bike. Anyways, when I plugged it into the Trike itself, it said it had about a 60%. They shipped it with a 60% full battery, aired up tires. So I went ahead and get some sleep out of my eyes. It's early. Aired it up to about what, 80%? No, sorry. I charged it up. And the charger said it was at 100% after once I got off work. So needless to say, as far as putting it together, I had my daughter and my son. They were excited with me to see the Trike. They I guess they assumed that it's theirs, and which is fine. And I'll let them ride it every now and then, but as long as they're being careful with it. It's definitely not a inexpensive product, to say the least. As opposed to compared to like a Walmart bike, which may be $100, $200. This is going to be something that you're going to be spending 10 times that. So yeah, let's talk about putting it together. So as far as coming, it was really well packed. I did order the basket, the flag, in the little side mirror separate. Normally doesn't come with those items. And I went ahead and put it all together. As far as putting it together, taking out the box, the handlebars, I was able to get out on my own, and I was able to, let me turn on my fan here. There you go. Where is it? Let's switch that over to fan. Perfect. Okay. As far as pulling it out of the box, I got the handlebars out, got the front wheel out. There was some zip ties in there, so it was kind of all assembled together. I had to get in there and snip the ties, pull out the bubble wrap, stick the handlebar onto the wheel assembly, and there's these little levers that you slide open where you can drop the handlebar in. And same thing with the seat, you gotta unlock the little latch, and then you can slide the seat into the seat post and then lock it back in, which the locks seem to hold really well. I'm a pretty not light person, so it holds my weight and it doesn't start sliding down over the course of the duration of the ride, I was very well pleased with that. As far as the battery, it already came pre-installed. I didn't have to plug it in or anything like that. I just plugged the plug from the bike itself into the battery. That was really it. And then I was able to take off and go for a quick spin during my lunch break. So there's this little key too. The key is to, I guess, engage or disengage the battery, and also to prevent theft. So when you have the key out, or even if you want to keep the battery in, there's a way to lock it in where no one can just pull the battery out and yank it out. Or if you're taking it to charge, you unlock it to remove the pin that holds the battery in place, and then you pop it out and you can put it on the charger. As far as charging it up, I charged it probably about 2 to 3 hours. After I realized it wasn't charging, I went out there back in the garage. I saw that it was still green light and it didn't feel warmer. I plugged it into the bike and noticed that percentage level didn't increase. So I just adjusted that little fuse and tweaked it back a little bit while on the charger, and then boom, red light. It says you could hear the fan on the little charging unit. It started going really well. So it was just a user error on my part, and figured it out, and it worked out. It charged up to basically 100% when I went out for my first drive. On to the first drive. Hopping on it initially, it's a little jarring just to understand as you're holding down the throttle. If you're giving it some gas, right, giving it some electrons, because there's no gas in it, vroom, you crank back on the little guy. If you want to brake, you can actually brake while cranking. So you hear the little engine whining. Well, you hear it whining, and then but you're braking at the same time, and you just backpedal to brake. It's an easy way. Or you can grab the front hand brake. I call that your emergency brake. If you can backpedal, it's probably better because you're not putting you're not wearing out your brake pads and the rotor. There's a little rotor that the brake pads hop on. But yeah, as far as like taking off, I was able to. I drove for about 3 miles. Went down to a park, went around the park, maintaining social distance. All that went well. Just see my yesterday's video if you're interested in seeing that experience. But as far as like getting out and about, it does well. I put it on level 2. So as I'm driving, I keep it on level 2. That's probably the best level for me, where it gives me a little resistance as I'm giving it full throttle. So if I keep it fully cranked, dialed in, and start pedaling, I can feel like it's a little challenging. It's not overly easy. Whereas if I keep it on 1, it's just almost basically all me, unless if I'm almost at a dead stop. So level 2 is right in between, kind of the sweet spot. It keeps me pedaling, keeps my legs moving, and it does keep me physically propelling the vehicle some as I'm going up hills. The bike starts taking over a little more, but I'm still engaged. I'm still feeling energy from my body being expended to propel the vehicle forward, which is a good thing. That's what you want, right? You want to be challenged. So I was able to ride it around. I did find there was moments I even cranked it up to 3 big hills. I put it on level 3, so I need some more help on this. This big boy's out of shape. I haven't rode a bike in 20 years or more, probably 25. But I can definitely tell that my thighs were on fire. My quads were just woo doggy. They were like, "Hello, where have you been? You don't know, what are you doing to me?" And then same thing goes for my butt cheeks. Man, I know I'm a heavy kid. I call myself a kid. I feel like a kid. Sitting on that seat, even with the padding, I've got this little sheepskin covering that I bought also as an accessory. With that, with the big wide saddle, and my butt was sore. And it's just because I haven't rode a bike in forever. I'm sure over time I'll get used to it, but man, my hiney was hurting because I hopped off that thing. I'm sure it'd have been much worse had it been one of those smaller, little tiny seats. This is a saddle. This is a nice one, but I definitely feel it, and I'll have to build up those butt bones and endurance and get used to that. But it's definitely worth it. Now, is it worth it? Absolutely. I I can see myself doing this pretty much daily. This would be something I definitely would want to get out there. In addition to walking, walking a little bit, walking around, just because walking is also good for you. It, it exercises a whole different muscle set. This is completely different, but yeah, it was good. Getting out a little bit. Gives me a few more calories that I can consume if I decide to eat more, or I lose a little extra weight in doing that. And that's my goal right now. Which kind of dovetails back into this. That's good. It burning more calories means you're going to lose more weight. It just puts you in that much more deficit, right? I'm in that much more of a caloric deficit. So that's all a good thing. Regardless, recap, it was great experience. It was fun. I even let each one of my kids ride it just a little bit, on the street. I'll get them their own bike if they want one. But as far as me, I love the Trike. I'm very very happy with it. Very well satisfied. I'm real excited to start going to different places. My goal is this Saturday to pack up and maybe go visit one of these parks. I'm sure there's going to be a million people out there, and if there are, then I'll have to just find some other place. But yeah, putting it definitely seeing if it will fit in the car. I haven't done any of that stuff yet, so. But overall, first impressions are very, very well pleased and very happy with it. I love the little basket. I even took my little puppy out there with me on a separate ride, and I set him in the front basket with a blanket. Had him sitting in there, and he looked like he was enjoying it. When I got it cranked up to full speed, got some wind in his face, he was just loving it. So I think it was a real good experience, and I'm very, very happy with the purchase so far. So 2 thumbs up. It's definitely worth it, and I'm very happy with it. All right. And I love your feedback. If you got any questions about it, if you got any comments, if you like the bike, if you like the look of it, what did you think of my little license plate? I ordered that specifically. It didn't come with it, so I ordered that specifically separate to match this YouTube channel. So I use zip ties just to tie it to the basket. So, anyways, yeah. So that's it. So yeah, feedback, comments, please let me know. And recap, just these are just my opinions, as well, my opinions and observations. So for whatever it's worth, which is probably a whole lot. Then they are what they are, but I definitely am happy with it. All right. Well, with that, I guess go ahead and close this out. This video. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Remember to be safe. Wear your helmet. Stop signs. Change the oil on your car. Try not to speed. You'll get there when you get there. Just if you need to, just leave a little earlier next time. It'll be okay. Be courteous to everyone, no exceptions. Give a friendly people, give a friendly wave to people as you pass by them. It'll make them feel better about the people around the world around them. Don't forget to say please and thank you. Manners, people, come on now. Get out there and enjoy nature. Catch a sunrise, a sunset, visit a park, help someone out. You might need it, the favor returned one day. And most importantly, don't be too hard on yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone. Just learn and get better, and then learn to laugh at them. And but anyways, with all that, thanks for watching the video. Not sure why you waited till the end of the video and got this far, but I'm thankful that you stuck around and humoring me and hearing me out. I'd like to invite you back. Be sure to give a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you feel like it, or if you don't, then I don't mind either way. That's cool. I do this for the community anyways, and be able to engage and dialogue with you. I work from home and don't get the opportunity much to socialize with other humans. So this is my avenue of connecting with others. But seriously, folks, thanks for stopping by and for your comments. So with that, I'm going to say adios. God bless. And y'all come back now, you hear?